Dehi me dadami te. Dehi me dadami te. Yajurveda 3.50. Dehi me dadami te. Dudai dane is a root. Meaning is very simple. You give me, I will give you. Dehi me dehi. Give me. Dadamita, I will give you. It's very simple. But when you actually get into it, a lot of things have to be understood and analyzed. I discussed several times this whole world is a big chain of give and take. Big chain of give and take. So because of this big chain of give and take, we'll be taking so many things from different quarters and we'll be giving in different forms to different directions. It's a continuous process. Whether we want it or not, whether we like it or not, whether we really know it or not, it is going to happen. But here we have got some misconceptions that has to be overcome. Now this is an opportunity to discuss about them under this mantra, Yajurveda 3.50. 3.50. The one basic misconception what I have got is, we give, of course, we give. But our confusion is, where we give, we expect from that quarter. I give to X and I want X to pay back. The converse is also true. I get from X and I think I have to pay it back to X only. That's also a problem. Now getting from X and paying back to X, or paying to X and expecting from X, is a very, very closed circle. Now this give and take cycle is not such a small or narrow one. It is so big. We have to be giving, we have to be taking. Where we give, where we take is not material. That's a very important thing. You go on giving. Go on giving. And you get from different quarters, take it. Of course, subject to conditions. But if you make this the smallest cycle of giving it to X and taking from X only, then it becomes conditional. I have given you X, so you have to give me. Only if you are going to give me, I will give you. So these things will erupt there. Which is not human, which is not human. Giving is separate, taking is separate. There is no linking between giving and taking with regard to the other party. That's a very important thing what you have to remember. Otherwise, a person who is taking will feel, oh, I am bound to pay back to this very person because I have taken from him. No, such bindings and burdens should not be there. Okay, I have taken, fine, I remember it, I'll pay back the debt sometime when it's convenient to me in any way possible. That freedom should be there to the person who takes. Then he will be free to take. And that freedom should be given by the person who has given. And while giving, how he has to give? Vedas taught us very clearly. Idanna mama over. I have given, it's not mine. Idam na mama. I have given, it's not mine. Over. I have given and all the relationships with that is severed 100%. That is how we have to give. But if we link it to I have given to X and I have to get it from X, that Idanna mama is not practiced. It says give it and forget. Over. Now, One very important rule is there. What is that rule? Give and forget. Take and never forget. Give and forget. Take and never forget. Now what we are doing is totally the topsy-turvy. We give and remember forever and say, I have given you, I have given you, I have given you. And whatever we have taken, we forget it. What did you give? What did you give? Now this topsy-turvy situation is creating all the problems in our life and the social life at large. Give and forget, take and never forget. Even if you take a small thing, remember, yes, I'm indebted to this. Now, whom to give back doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not a question that we have to pay back to the same person, but give it back in some form. Give it in some form to someone who is in need. That's the end of it. So taking and giving is a big circle, a large circle, and we should be kept running it. We have got several other things which govern this principle of give and take in the Vedas. One such we have discussed already, better remember here at this juncture, that is Shatahasta Samahara. You acquire, you earn as though you have got 100 hands. Shatahasta. As though you have got 100 hands, you earn and earn. Oh, it's a very wonderful guidance. We all follow it implicitly. But what about the second part? It says, Sahasrahasta Sankira, spread it and distribute it as though you have got 1,000 hands. Both should be followed. It's not 50%. The thing is, to keep the cycle of give and take running, giving is more important. Taking is okay. Taking is okay. Taking is simply easy. Take it and pocket it, over. The whole process is gone. But give it and forget, yes, that's a tough job. Because usually we will attach it to what we have. And when you give it, that attachment is affected. So that's a bit difficult. To get attached, to get hooked is easy. To get out of the hook and get out of the attachment is a bit difficult, relatively. But it can be done with our knowledge, with our diligence, with our will. It's possible. It's not impossible. Yes, that's what we have to do. Shatahasta Samahara, acquire as though you got 100 hands, but you distribute it as though you have got 1,000 hands. Now the circle of give and take will be kept running wonderfully well. The very attitude of giving generously is the lubricant for making this cycle run. Cycle of give and take. And this whole human life, not only human life, this whole life on this world runs on this. There's a lot of dependency between plant world and animal world, plant world and human world and animal world, human world and plant world. It's all give and take only. It's all give and take. Now here there are certain other laws which you have to follow when you are speaking of giving and taking. When we are speaking of giving something material, something jada, maybe a thing or money or some such thing, we have to follow the principle of deserving and non-deserving. It's a must. By following this principle, yes, they have asked us to give, I'll give blindly without thinking to whom I'm giving is a blunder. Patra apatra vivechana. Deserving and non-deserving discrimination is very much essential when we are giving things. When we are giving things. As far as food is concerned, that restriction is not there. Give healthy food to anyone, and even if it is given to a wrong person, the good food what we have given will prompt in him, will give him some good thoughts. Yes, our food is our thought. Give good food, no problem. Anybody, irrespective of deserving or non-deserving. Food only. That's the only exception. But for that, if you are giving anything, please think over, analyze. After getting it, what they are going to do with it, how they are going to use with it. Will they use it properly or will they misuse it? Do we have control over it or do we not have? So all these things you have to consider and do it. Say, give you money, I give something to a person, and he misuses it. Who is finally responsible? Strictly, we are responsible for it. For the person to misuse it and become a burden on the society, to harm the society, we are part of it. So you should be very careful while giving things. But while giving food, no problem at all. But regarding food also, one point is there, give food to those who are hungry. Really. Not those whose belly is full. Giving food to them is useless again, even if it is food. These are some very subtle issues what you have to think and act and practice, which will keep our life in balance as well as the society also in balance. Food is fine, give it without considering, except that whether they are really hungry or not hungry. If they are hungry, give it, give it. Another beautiful thing between the difference between giving things and food is this. You give them things, go on giving them, they will never say it's enough. They'll ask, if I have got a little more, okay, I will take it. Little more, I will take it. But if it's a question of food, at one point or the other, that definitely say, I'm full, I'm okay, stop it. See? That satisfaction, contentment is there when we share food, not any other thing. While giving advice, okay, thing is over, food is over, now giving advice. Now, advice what we give which is unwarranted may not help. Unwarranted advice is not to be given. If they need advice, they should ask for it. Unless it is life-threatening. If it's life-threatening, if you wait and say, let them ask, I'll give the advice, now that becomes foolish. That's one exception there. Life-threatening situation, advice should be given even if it is not warranted, even if it's not asked for. Even if they don't seek advice, it is our duty to give advice because it's a life-threatening situation. Other than that, if life is not a threat, okay, let them ask, we'll give the advice. An advice which is not asked for, if given, will lose its value, however valuable the advice is. We have to give, of course, if it is life-threatening, even if they don't ask, even if they are not ready to accept our advice, that's a different issue. Because it's life-threatening, we warn them and we advise them. So in advices, this is what we have to do. And another very important thing is, whatever advice we give, we should be practicing ourselves first. Then only our words will carry weight. Otherwise, whatever advice I give, even if it is true and right, it becomes hollow. Because I myself have no belief in it. I myself am not practicing it. And what's here is giving that hollow advice? It's lifeless. That advice is lifeless. It will have no impact on the listener. Practice and then give the advice. These are all some of the subtle things what we have to follow. Now it's all with reference to at a human level. This is what we are discussing about. That is between Satchits. Now, it could be between Satchit and Satchidananda also. There's another dimension to it. We pray Satchidananda to give us things, and I will give you. First part is okay. That in a limited sense. Because already God has given everything for us. Everything. In abundance, free, pure, everything is given. A few very little things are required and that will be given to us only when we ask, not otherwise. All that is required for our existence is given. Little more than that we need. Say for example, Bhargaha, we have discussed. Bhargaha is the sin-burning power, sin-burning fire. And that sin-burning is not after committing sin, at the origin, at the inception. When the thought of sin comes to me, it used to burn down. Now this he has not given. It's there and it is ready to be given. We have to seek for it and we get it. Freely, immediately, without any doubt. It is not inherent. We have to ask for it. We have to seek it. We have to discover it and take it and make it our own. It will be given immediately, without any discrimination. Whoever asks will be given. Amply. Bhargaha. Like that, a few things. Knowledge. Knowledge to a certain level is given already. Swabhavika jnana. That which is needed to manage our basic instinct is given. You want more knowledge? Yes, we have to seek it. Given. It will be given. It is available. It's in abundance. It is everywhere. It is spread everywhere. I have to open up. It's given. Dehime. That part is fine. For only few things. But for our existence, nothing need to be asked. For our existence, everything is given beforehand. It's a surprise always if you look at things that way. Even before the child is born, its food is ready in the bosom of the mother. See how wonderful it is. Even before the child is born, it's ready. The very moment the child is born, its food is ready. So wonderful is the system of that Satchidananda. So wonderful. So generous. So we have got very few things to ask, like maybe bhargaha, maybe like knowledge, maybe like little more confidence. You seek it, we get it. Little more, what's called dhairyam, boldness. This is given. It will be given. Very few things. Okay, that is dehime. Then dadamite is a very important thing to understand. What is it you are capable of giving to Satchidananda? He is the giver of all. He is the sarvadatra. Datra means one who gives. He is the giver of all. What can we give him? Even if you plan to give him, what can you give? What is not mine? What is not mine is everything. What is really mine is very few. How can I give it? I cannot give anything because whatever I have is all given by him only, and returning it is not giving. It doesn't amount to giving. Everything is gift of God. Now here, the Puranic people just mislead us. Give one plantain, give one coconut, give one flower, give do this, give do that, give your hair. Oh, you have given everything to God. It's very foolish, childish, immature. Like words you can use for all things. No, I cannot give anything to God. If at all I can give to God anything which is mine 100% only can be given. What is that? That is me only. Who is me? Not this Sharira Indriya Manas. It is me, my soul. I can surrender my soul to God. That's the only thing I can give which is really mine. How do you give my soul to God? How I surrender my soul to God? It is very simple. God has prescribed certain systems and dictums to be followed. And if I follow it implicitly, yes, I have surrendered to God. That's how I can give myself to God. Dadamite. He has told us, all human beings, all creatures have got a right to live. So don't intervene with that. Follow non-violence to the core. Yes, I obey you. This is surrendering to God. This is what I can give to God. These words, what I give, and practicing it in real life is what I can give to God. Okay, I'll follow non-violence. Coexistence. Allow other living beings to live with you. Yes, I will do it. Don't tell lie. I will not. Help your fellow beings, fellow creatures. Fine, I will do it. Like this, there are so many rules and regulations and dictums and guidance given by God, which I obey implicitly, wholeheartedly, after understanding, yes, that is me surrendering to God, and that is giving something to God. Dadamite. This is a tough job. It's very easy to offer one plantain or coconut and say goodbye. That's the problem what we have. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. Dadamite is a tough part of it. Dehime is also relatively tough. I'm not telling it's also easy, but Dadamite is the toughest part. We have to give ourselves, we have to surrender ourselves. Our thought, our words, actions has to be for that. Number one. Number two, God has given a lot of gifts to us in the form of resources for our existence. Protecting them, it's not only for us. It's not only for this one generation. All those resources are given for generations to come also. That's how it has come to us. If our previous or before that previous generation, they had thought it was for us, and if they consumed everything, spoiled everything, we would not have got anything today. In the same way, we should also think of our posterity, and they have also have got right upon these natural resources. The gift of God is not only for this generation, it's for generations to come. So what we have to do? We have to protect it, we have to pass it on in the best way possible. These are not just words. These are not just words. We love our children. Very simple. Yes. We have to give them a better world. Simple. If you really love our children, then we have to give a better world to them. We cannot give them the worst world by spoiling whatever is there, by exploiting whatever is there, by polluting whatever is there. That's not love towards our children. It is called hita shatrutva. We love, but what we do is all harmful. That is hita shatrutva. The intention is good, but what we do is the opposite of it without knowing. That is hita shatrutva. That should not be there. We really love our children, and we want our children to live in a better place, to live in a better world. So we have to protect all the gifts of God, the resources, and pass it on to the next generation. That is discharging our responsibility. That is dadamite. Yes, I give you. Whatever you have given to me when I came to this world, I am giving back to your own children of the next generation in a better way. If not better, at least in the same way. That would be wonderful. Today it's the other way around. The world, what it was when we came to this, and the world, what it is going to be live, is definitely very horrible and deteriorated. Dangerous. So this is not dadamite. It is exploiting. Whatever I give, I'll exploit. It's not dadamite. I will not give back. I'll spoil or worsen it. No. I have to protect and pass it on as it is to the next generation. That is my responsibility, and that is real giving. I cannot give anything to God back because God never needs anything. He is nitya trupta. He is eternally contented. He is eternally satisfied. The whole universe belongs to that Satchidananda. What can I give it? I can give nothing to it because it's not in need at all. It doesn't ask for it at all. Its only dictum, its only guidance and direction is to protect it and give it to the next generation. They are also my children. It's not only that our children are few, 1 or 2, 5, 10, that's all. But the whole universe, all Satchit are his children. So whatever I have given to you, you pass it to my next children. That means the next generation. That is giving back to me. That is really giving back to me. That's what it says. So though the words are very simple on the face of it, dehime dadamite. It's very simple, but the implication of it is too much. You have to keep all these things in mind and consideration and follow this. Whenever we are giving, we should be alert about this. Whenever we are asking for, we should be alert about it. We should not ask something that is required for our existence and living. It's all given. No, I will not ask for food. I will not ask for shelter. I will not ask for food, this or that, anything. I will ask for that bhargaha. I will ask for that knowledge. I will ask for that boldness. I will ask for self-confidence. That's fine. I have to ask that. And giving is to pass on the whole universe as it is, or if possible in a better condition, to our posterity. Dehi me dadamite. So these two very simple words have got a lot of weight, and this also I am explaining to the best extent possible by me. There are so many things in that. We have to analyze and understand. Dehi me dadate me Yajurveda 3.50. Trambakam yajamahe. Trambakam yajamahe, that is 3.60 Yajurveda. Just a passing reference to it. Trambakam yajamahe. Ambaka means power. Ambaka means strength. Three Ambaka. One who is having three powers, yajamahe, we worship him. Yeja Devo Puja Sangati Karna Danishu. Two things you have to remember. Who is that one who possesses three powers? And Yajamahe, we worship, how to worship. That is over. Trambakam Yajamahe. Unfortunately, in the Puranas, they define Trambakam as one who is having three eyes. So normalize one extra eye in the forehead. So they consider as Trinetra, and they consider as Ishvara, Shiva, this and that, and so many cock and bull stories. It's not Ambaka means strength. Three powers, three strengths. One has got these three strengths is called as Trambaka, and it is definitely not these material things. Great power which only one has got is at Satchidananda, and those three powers are the powers of Srishti, Sthiti and Laya. Except Satchidananda, we have got three entities, Satchidananda, Satchit and Sat. Sat doesn't have that power, it doesn't have consciousness at all. And Satchit, though it is aware, it doesn't have that power, its power is limited. Now the only one which is omnipotent and having these three powers of Srishti, Sthiti, Laya is that Satchidananda only, and another name for that Satchidananda with reference to these three powers is called as Trambaka. So we worship, if at all we have to worship, we worship that Satchidananda, we worship that Trambaka. Or call it by any other name also. Here in this case, we are referring to it as Trambaka. Yajamahe, Deva Puja. Once again, Puja is not that Puranic method of putting an idol and doing this and that and so many things. They are all external. Deva Puja is always internal. It's an internal process. Puja nama satkaraha. That's one of the definitions for puja. Puja nama satkaraha. Satkara means making the proper use of it. What is designed for a particular purpose has to be used for that purpose only. What has been formed for a particular function has to be used for that function only. That's called satkara. That's called proper use. Abusing, misusing, non-using, they all amount to not using it properly. Abuse, misuse, non-use. Everything has to be used properly. Sadupa yoga. That is satkara. God has given a lot of things. Trambaka has given a lot of things in this Srishti and Sthiti. And whatever is given to us, we properly understand its use, purpose, its design, and if we use it properly, that itself is Yajamahe, that itself is Deva Puja. In simple words, it's like this. You have created this universe, you have given us so many things, thoughts, and so many procedures and systems, and whatever you have given will implicitly make the proper use of it. Trambakam Yajamahe. We'll make the proper use of it. We will never misuse or abuse or put to non-use. We'll use them properly. That's the only option left to us. Misuse is dangerous, abuse is very dangerous, and non-use is, we are spoiling the very purpose of it. The very design, the very function, the very creation, we are spoiling it because I'm not using it at all. I will use properly. Trambakam Yajamahe. And we are telling to Satyananda, O Satyananda, Yajamahe. O Satyananda, whatever you have done, yes, we will do it. Whatever is given by Satyananda will make the proper use. Next. No astu triyayusham. No astu triyayusham. Yajurveda 3.62. No astu triyayusham. Triyayusham. Three ayusham. No astu three ayusham. No is naha. Naha astu three ayusham. Yajurveda 3.62. When it comes to the question of ayusham, span of life, of course we are referring to our Sharira Indra Manas only. Because this whole is eternal, Anadi Ananta. So there is no question of span of life or ayus or whatever it is. It is there forever. It was there from eternity. It will continue to be there for eternity. So when you speak of span of life, when you speak of ayush, we are definitely referring to the Sharira Indra Manas. The association of the soul with the Sharira Indra Manas for a certain period. That is the span of life, that is the Ayusha. Naha astu, let there be Ayusham, let there be the span of life. How it should be? One Ayush is considered generally as 100. Three Ayusham, that is 300 years. 300 years. Yes, we say, oh, that's right. That's right. That's the present day. That's the present day. In the present day, the way of life, what we are doing, yes, it makes us say, oh, we cannot believe 300 years. Not even 100, we cannot even dream 100 also. With great difficulty, 50, 60, 70, and we think that we are closer to death. But if we really lead a proper way of life and understand, yes, this Sharira Indriya Manas, what is given to us, is capable of working for us for 300 years. That is its innate, inherent strength. Now, if it not possible, that means we have degenerated. The strength of the Sharira Indriya Manas was spoiled. But basically, it is for 300 years. The machine was first designed to work for 300 years. Now it is working less means we are malfunctioning. We are not making proper use of it. The design has been corrupted and his life has come down from 300 to 100. And that 100 is not assured. That's the problem. Now, how this, now the reverse way, let us think, how this 100 can be increased. How this 100 can be increased to 300. How? Now, it all starts from the Garbhadana Samskara, the very inception. If the parents who plan to have a child, if they live their life in a pious way, in a systematic way, in the Vedic way, in the humane way, they're all same. They'll be able to beget children who are stronger than them. Of course, we are speaking of Sharira Indriya Manas only. Sharira Indriya Manas only. We can create a structure which can be functional for 100 plus years. That is one issue. Now, what I'm telling is not something fictitious. Look back, say before 50, 80 years. Our grandparents or great-grandparents, they comfortably lived for 80, 90, 100 years with their own teeth, without spectacles, without hearing aid. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Because they led such a life. They said, led such a life. And 100 was easy. 100 was easy. If not 100, at least 80, 90 was comfortable for them. Just they lived like that. What's the reason? What's the reason? One is the creation of the Sharindra Manas strongly, that is Garbhadana Samskara. Another one is they lived in the midst of nature. They lived in the midst of nature and they are close to nature, and nature has got the capacity to sustain this well-formed Sharira Indriya Manas and Garbhadana Samskara for a longer time. Now, what is the life we are living in? What is the environment we are living in? It is 99% artificial, created by us. We are not in natural condition. I don't mean when I say natural condition, doesn't mean you should live under a tree. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. A small hut is fine. A small hut is fine. Lot of aeration will be there, lot of light will be there, and protection from rain will be there, protection from sun will be there. That hut is sufficient. Now, will it sustain for long? No. Every year will construct a new hut. What is there? Constructing a hut is very easy than a building. Now, whatever I am telling seems to be very funny. But that's what they did, and they lived for 300 years. Yes, that's what it is. If you want to live long, this is the only method what you are left with. You want to do it, otherwise forget about it. A constructive building is tough, costly, difficult, time-consuming. Use the local materials, build your hut. Fine, you can do it in a day or two. And preferably do it during summer. Fine, your hut is ready. And every year you have a new hut with new plan. Can we have that with our building? Once a building is constructed, over for many decades we have to live in that, whether comfortable or not. The same rigmarole, condition and environment you have to live. It is not like that. It can be new every year. And what we are going to use, here is the local material. That's very important. If I use the local material, I can save myself from heat, rain, and chill, and be close to nature also. Very easy, very simple. And it is at the reach of every person. If I speak of a building, it may not be possible. Those who can afford will have the building. Otherwise, they sleep on the footpath. But it's a hut. It is available for everyone. All the raw material what we want for a hut is available in that local area. It may not be the same thing. Maybe in some places stone is available. Use them for the walls. In some places it could be wood. Use them. In some places it could be mud. Use them. Whatever is locally available, you make the best use of it and construct your residence. Fine. Easy, simple. It has to be thatched. What is available, if it's thatched, use it. If it is tiles, use it. If it is stones, use it. Whatever is locally available, use it for your roof. Over, the house is ready. And another very important thing is, if you construct your building with the help of local material, it works out the cheapest. Maybe free also sometimes. This is being closer to nature. We have to think on these lines. So if you think on these lines and live in a life very close to nature, okay, one side is over. That is shelter. Then coming to food, closer to nature. We are all today eating junk food. And how can we expect to live longer? Processed food. Even at home also, even if it's not what we buy from the malls or shops, junk food, bottled, boxed, canned. Even if you are eating the food prepared at home also, the process is too much. More we process, more we are away from the nature. Raw. Raw is the best. Sometimes for change, if you want, Let the process be as minimum as possible. They're closer to nature. Yes, that's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. They used to do more of vegetables raw. They used to eat more of fruits raw. And that raw, that being close to nature, that food will energize this machinery to work for a longer time. What is the surprise element in this? If they live for 80 to 90 years, it's very natural. It's very natural. They were doing it. They were doing it. During every season, the seasonal fruit they used to eat. Now the whole system has changed. You get any fruit in any season because your bottle we have canned. No, that's not right. That's not right. It may be big industry, it may be profitable to those industrialists, but for human health, it is the worst thing. Eat your fruits and vegetables fresh, garden fresh, and seasonal. Whatever is available in that season is free and cheap and abundant. Use it. Be more healthy. We call it as season specific. Season specific fruits, season specific vegetables. No meat eating. That we have discussed several times. No meat eating, that's an unnatural food. We are not going for meat eating at all. So this food what we take, naturally, most of the time raw, sometimes a little processed if required. Because some structures will not be adaptable to raw food. Yes, we do have such people also, but very little, very little. So for them it may lead a little processing, little samskara. Yes, we do it and take it, fine. That's the food. And how much food we have to take, that's also equally important. If you observe the life of those great grandfathers, if I'm right, they used to take just one food per day. They used to work from dawn to midday, and in the midday, they used to take one food, and they were happy. And if they needed something, okay, by in the evening and or before that time, they used to take some little milk or little fruits or very little food and go to bed. They're ready for work in the dawn. They never overate. That's an underlying thing to understand. They never overate. That's the way we have to eat. That keeps the machinery working for a longer time. And here at the same time, we have to observe one more thing. I said, they used to get up at dawn and work till midday. That working, that physical work is also required for the upkeeping of this machinery. Now we are too far from that. If I want to go 2 miles, take my bike and go. If it is 10 miles, take my car and get out. You see, physical work is not at all there. Anything I want to do is, I have to do it in such a way that it should be very comfortable to me. What is that comfort? In other words, laziness, lethargy. I'm not ready to exercise. I'm not ready to do my physical work. Till the land, take a tractor. Sit in the tractor and drive. Okay, tilling is over, but what about your machinery? Your machinery is not functioning now because you're not giving proper exercise to it, proper work to it. Proper upkeep is not there. So your machinery will fail. Your tractor will do the tilling. What's the use of it? Even if the tractor doesn't fail, you should be doing it physically. Yes, the whole thing here is commerce. We do it with a tractor, you can till a greater piece of land. But if you manually do it, it is less. Greater piece of land, greater produce, greater money. Less tilling, less income. Or thinking on the lines of living long or earning more. The whole orientation has shifted. That's our problem. In the process of earning more and more money, we are shortening our lives. Then what's the use of earning more? earn more, leave it and get out early. That's our problem. No, it's not that. The machinery requires certain physical exercise. It's not my words. Now everywhere people are shouting, work, 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 burn calories, burn calories. Burn calories. Why that burning calories? If you do your work, if you do physical work, automatically the calories get burnt. No, I can't do it. I want to live in a comfortable zone. To burn calories, I have to go to the gym. That's what we are doing. Routine work, if I do comfortably, all my calories will be burnt naturally, easily. Now here, I gain calories artificially and burn calories artificially. Everything is artificial. What is the effect of it on the machinery? Sharindra Manas. We have never given a thought to it. We have never given a thought. Quantity of food. We eat and eat and eat. And obesity is a big problem. And to burn the calories is a big problem again. My Guruji, Sudhakara Sharma, who is 125 years today, he keeps on telling again and again. That is, compared to the number of people who die because of starvation, with those people who overeat, it is those people who overeat or more who die. Very few people die of starvation. It's a truth. It's a truth. It's a revelation. We have to understand it. People dying out of starvation are less than the people dying of overeating. Because this machinery doesn't accept overeating. So they die. They're affluent. They can afford. Finally, what they do? They eat, don't exercise, and die early. But people who work hard and eat less, they live longer. That is how the machinery is set up. The machinery is designed like that, engineered like that. We cannot work against that. Only when we work according to this, we can live longer. It's all one side. Other side, the manas, more relaxities, more sportivities. It controls the sharira. And there will be coordination between sharira and manas. If the manas is not relaxed, is tensed, is stressed, it dies early. Very simple. But our life, because it has become artificial, because we are moving away from the nature and being alive, it is more tense, it's more stressed. You go to any country, any part of the world, stress management is a multi-millionaire business. Your stress, come to us, we will release it. Whether they release it or not, that's a different issue, but definitely they will lighten our pockets. It's a very big business. It's a very big business. Stress management, stress management, stress management. We create our own stress, earn more money, and that extra money, what we will pay for stress management. What fools we are, I can't understand. That's the thing. Now, in this process, what happens is the machinery wears out fast. Machinery wears out fast. Unnecessarily stressed, artificially relaxed. The machinery fails. It cannot work for 300 years. Okay. As far the day is concerned, if not 300, we'll keep at least 100 as the target and lead such a life where we are not stressed, where we make the best use of the machinery. Another very important thing is how the machinery is used by that soul. How do you employ this machinery? If we employ this machinery selfishly, for our own selfish needs, for our own selfish requirements, the machinery wears out fast. If the machinery is used for the greater good of greater number, yes, it can function a little more. The purpose of living, the purpose of using the machinery. More selfish it is, less the life. More broad is the vision, more broad is the purpose, yes, the life is more. This is another great secret. So if we live only for us, the machine will wear out. It says, whatever strength it has got is sufficient to cater your needs. Over. No, it's not my need. The machinery is to be used for hundreds of people. When you say so, the capacity of the machinery increases because it's for a greater use. Use it for a lesser purpose, it's enough if you have a machinery which is of a lesser span. Because the goal is very limited. So limited life is sufficient. If it's the broadest thing, yes, the machinery also becomes more useful and the machinery also becomes more functional. There's a relationship between the purpose the machinery is used and its capacity and efficiency. Selfish need is very too little. We don't need a very big functional machinery for that. A small thing will do. Let's say small with reference to span of life, I'm telling. It's enough. Your purpose is achieved. If as broad as the vision becomes, as broad the purpose becomes, the machinery has to function for a long time, more efficiently. Yes, it's related to that directly. Broader the vision, broader the functionality. Broader the vision, broader the capacity, broader the span. We need such a machinery. So the machinery itself will get equipped for such a broad goal. That is nothing but longevity. That's longevity. So at least now if you start keeping 100 as a goal, maybe in few generations it will improve. Instead of degeneration, it will be reversing the degeneration and it will increase to 100, 110, 120. And what is the final goal? 300. That's the best. That's the best. Because even with the best situation, even the best goal, even the best purpose, even the best function, best use, this machinery has got a capacity to function for 300 years. Nostu Triyayusham. That's the ultimate. By that time, we ourselves will feel that, okay, I have done sufficiently and let me continue my journey in a new vehicle. And once again, that vehicle will be there for another 300 years. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Though at the moment it appears utopian, though at the moment it appears very ideal, imaginary, it is achievable. It's achievable. Not in one generation. Not in one generation. We have to first reverse this degeneration process and keep 100 as a target, 100 plus as a target, and gradually go ahead and inculcate these values and methods in our children, and they continue the same thing. Let us take them closer to nature, to a broader purpose, to a better use of the Sharindra Manas. Yes, over few generations, 100 becomes easy, and 100 plus will be our target. And finally, Vedas gives a very big target. It was there. It was there. We have heard that great seers, great Nobel people, not now, maybe thousands of years ago, they lived for 150, 100, 200 years. Then how do you spend that life? That's wonderful. It's my last question. Now they say every person has to study Vedas fully. And they prescribe some approximate time. To study one Veda in depth, they require 12 years. So 4 Vedas, 12 into 4, 48. And when they start at around 8 years. 8 plus 48, 56. Brahmacharya Shama up to 56. It appears funny now. By 56, you would have kicked out. You have kicked out bucket. You say Brahmacharya for 56 years. It is very funny. No. Think that in the background of Triyayusham, then things will become. It is Triyayusham, 58 years of Brahmacharya is very fine. Very fine. And after 50 years of Brahmacharya Shama, now they enter into Grihasthashram. Grihasthashram when they are around 60. See? This is the way we have to think. In the background of Trayusham, not otherwise. They prescribe it. So in this Grihastha ashram, you stay for 100 years. Now it appears very fictitious and very unimaginable for us. Marriage at 60 and up to 160, Grihastha ashram. Very funny, very funny. It cannot be believed at all. But that's the span they give. That's a span they give. So up to 160 you perform in Grihastha ashrama, another 50 years Vanaprastha ashrama, then up to 300 years Sannyasa ashrama. That's the figure they give. Now I have scaled it down to 100 and we have disturbed all the other figures also. But Trayusham is that. Trayusham is that. Then the person will be definitely be in such a position to make the best use of all the days available to that person. They can do very good things. And they'll be closer to moksha. They'll be very fast, be out of this birth and death cycle. This is the system what is there. Maybe today it appears utopian, it appears imaginary, fine. But at least 100 is not beyond our reach. Even now. Let us be close to nature, let's have a broad outlook, and see that the instrument what is given to us, we shall use it at least for 100. Jivema Sharadashatam, Pashyema Sharadashatam, Shruniyama Sharadashatam, Prabravama Sharadashatam, Adinahasyama Sharadashatam, Bhuyascha Sharadashatat. It's a piece of Veda. So we shall live for 100 years. Not just 100, Bhuyascha Sharadashatam. Beyond 100 years also is said there. Okay, at least we shall keep one very good target of 100 and try to achieve it and enlighten our children to achieve it and help them how they can achieve it. It's all wonderful. It's all wonderful. Closer to nature, wonderful. Natural way of life, wonderful. An intelligent way of life, wonderful. With a broad outlook, wonderful. All this contribute to our living. And lastly, finally, people keep on asking my Guruji, you're 125, how it's possible, how it's possible. What is the secret of your longevity? Summing up all these things, he says, 2 things are responsible for my longevity. Number 1, I eat as little as possible. We have discussed already, that's 1. I eat as little as possible for my sustenance. That's number 1. Or to be very precise, I keep myself half starved always. So I live long, number 1. Number 2, I'm sportive. I laugh and laugh at everything, good or bad, comfortable or uncomfortable. I laugh at it. That sense of humor and not burdening our belly, yes, are very 2 great secrets for longevity. You can never forget it. Has shown it. Even now at this age, how sportive he is and how his sense of humor is. One example, and with that I'll close it. Because of his age, of course, one of his ears, that's the right ear, is totally deaf. And he can listen half and half in his left ear. So we asked once recently, how is your hearing this one? That too I had to speak to his left ear, not to the right ear. Then he said, okay, left ear is a little okay, but right ear is totally deaf. So what I do is, if somebody is criticizing me, I'll give them my right ear. So that is his sportive spirit and sense of humor even now. It's something which is really worth following, really emulating. That's wonderful. And that keeps him kicking, that keeps him alive and makes him live that day comfortably well. Yes. Nostu Trayusham. Though it is a very simple word, how to make it Trayusham? If not Trayusham, how to make one Ayusham also comfortable and happy living? Yes, the secrets are here. And all this what I have told you, it's all based on different Veda mantras elsewhere. And of course, even many modern thinkers and many psychologists and naturopaths and doctors, they are also contributing to it. And they are all in support of what all I told you now. Let's think over And now our goal is 100 years. Thank you.